This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Hi, everybody.
Wow. We went gardening with Costa Georgiana this morning, but it was a fair bit of just trying to sort out our relationship with him because we feel
you can't hide from your problems, Natalie. You got to face them in relationships.
That's true.
Yeah.
We kicked this morning off by talking about dishwashers. Very interesting conversation. But everyone had Did you have an opinion on that, Nat? You probably were the only one.
Well, I was the one who suggested that was the solution to his problem.
Yeah. More people should discuss dishwashers.
I know.
We've never been nominated. Oh, sorry, we have been nominated for an ACRA, but we've never won one. Isn't that weird? And how couldn't we? Like, with things like talking about, Tupperware shutting down Australia, and those people that host those parties, Avon and all that sort of stuff.
The party plan
We dive into the world of that, and we speak to a woman who is the daughter of one of the very first Avon ladies.
In Ireland,
yes.
In all of Ireland.
David Hanley joins us as well. Of course, he's from Sculptures by the Sea, but they won't be able to be by the sea next year.
I know, very sad news. And Kaylin Basson joined us.
Nathan, don't cry there.
Nat.
A moment, please.
And Sean.
Oh, yeah, no, this has become real.
937.
It's 6:04, Nathan and Sean. Happy Tuesday, everybody.
Hey, we're just talking about dishwashers there. Sometimes, for no reason, right? Well, there's always a reason, but then everyone's got a story about dishwashers.
Yeah, well, for me,
Super chat, Sean.
when I moved into my apartment,
An angry story.
I moved in and there was an AEG dishwasher sitting there, like brand new, and they're a good brand, but it was jutting out, and I don't like that. So
you need
I
it.
straight away, one of the first things I said was get this out, and then I went to Harvey Norman, saw my friend Claire there, and then I got the two-door Fisher and Paykel ones. By the way, that two-door technology is only for Fisher and Paykel.
Yeah.
They copyrighted that. No one else can come with it.
Yeah, I used to have one years ago.
Yeah. So anyway, the guy that came around and installed it turned it on and did a demo thing.
Yep.
And then that's the last time it was on.
The reason we're talking about it is because Nathan was bemoaning the fact that he can't clean his drink bottle. I went stick it in the dishwasher.
And I said I can't.
That's a really effective way to solve
honest,
that problem. And you
and
have the technology right there in your kitchen.
And I'm saying I can't because I don't know how it works.
Well, it's not that hard to figure out.
Is it just like a washing machine? I've never used one. I've never used one.
And my household, it's never turned on. So if you leave the boys who are the last ones to go to bed to go up to do the dishwasher and do the final bit, which maybe include shutting the bloody door.
All you have to do
they won't
is
even
put
shut
the
the door,
pot
they'll
in.
leave it open.
Shut the door, press a button.
Can I just go back to the drink bottles thing? Because you got me then. Yesterday, and I get a rage with Megan all the time. She starts cleaning. Someone has a drink bottle, right?
Yeah.
So, and they've drank the water out of it, whatever. She just gets it and puts it into a dirty sink, and then it gets all dirty. I'm like, why doesn't someone just refill it?
I've always said that your wife's a dirty girl. Said it from
all
the day
the time.
Yeah.
Everything okay at home,
Sam, who
makes
presses
me
the
angry,
buttons
that.
here. Sam,
It's just constant.
your experience with dishwashers?
Yeah, I press the buttons here, but not very good at pressing them at home.
What happened?
No, it was about a year where I'd load it up and unload it, but never turned it on because I was always in bed early.
Yeah.
And then like a year went past, and I was the only one home for a couple of days. I realised I didn't know how to use it. I've been stuck in it. I swear I did my bit, but
I've been living with mine for 7 years.
And never violated it.
Sometimes I open it up because I like the sound it makes. And close it.
Yeah, and when it finishes the cycle, it'll make a noise too.
Well, there you go.
It'll let you know it's done. It'll let you know.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
There are a group of people in Australia that are so upset right now, Sean.
How big is this group, I wonder?
Well, to be honest, it's sort of a sleeper cell.
Yeah, I think you're right.
That they are the group is mainly older ladies and some men get into it, but I don't think it really is connected with the younger audience because we look at the world differently now. And this is the people that love Tupperware. And why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? Because we all heard about the Tupperware parties. This is amazing, right? In 1961, Australia had their first Tupperware party here.
Yeah.
And it was held in Melbourne, and everyone was just beside themselves. So they had advertising like this that showed women what life could be like.
Yes, there's a party going on at Mrs. Betty Martin's house. It's a Tupperware party, and it's really fun. The girls get together and meet their old friends and make some new ones. Then there's a demonstration by one of the Tupperware dealers who lives in your community.
A dealer.
Watch her show the way to use Tupperware's patented seal. See? You put the seal on tight, then press down the center and lift the seal a bit at one side.
Ready?
Hear that? That's Tupperware's airtight promise to lock in flavor and lock out air.
The funny thing is, with the Tupperware, everyone still calls. I still call the other stuff that we have. It's all Tupperware.
It's like
but
people
it's
that call
that was the
spa
brand.
bars jacuzzis.
Yeah.
You know, jacuzzi's a brand.
Yeah.
They're actually just spa bars.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's no longer as ceasing
they
to
got-
operate
Yeah.
in Australia.
So
Gone
they
down
went bust.
from 70 countries.
Yeah.
To 8.
Yeah, so they've
That's
been
amazing.
bought out as a bit of a saviour because they went bankrupt. And part of the problem, one, is that everybody just goes to Kmart to buy this sort of stuff
Oh,
now.
100%.
And the whole model of the parties is gone because we don't need that. We buy everything online now.
We
This
certainly
is the
do.
thing, though. But I thought that parties were dead. But then remember when the Thermomix came out? There were Thermomix parties going on. So these parties are still existing.
Yeah, I don't know. But you think about Thermomix time was a decade ago.
Even that's gone now because the woman she's from Perth, the woman that brought Thermomix to Australia, and she's just sold it. Yeah.
Mum and Dad, they end up buying their cookware they still use today from a salesman that came around.
Oh,
and
wow.
then, he
So a
came
door-to-door
around.
salesman or a party?
Basically, the guy came around and then Mum had to make an appointment with him, and then he came over to our house, and then he came into the house and he bought groceries and he did a cooking demonstration on the cordon bleu, which they still have. And then not long afterwards as well, they did another one. A guy came around, I remember, and we got home and this guy had all the Ginsu knives out.
Yes.
And then he did a cooking demonstration for
The
Ginsu. So we
problem
got two dinners.
with these brands is, so they're still using them, right?
Yeah.
They lasted too long.
yes.
Tupperware's the same.
That's it.
It
They're too
it
good.
never wears
That's the
out. That's
problem.
the problem.
That's
You're
the
not
problem.
turning it
Yeah,
over.
yeah. And remember, of course, there was also the other people that would come to your door as well.
Avon calling.
Avon.
Oh, Avon pulled out of Australia
that's a
years
long,
ago.
long
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we want to know about these parties or these, these gatherings where people are buying things. Were you one of the sales reps? Because they have incentives as well, Sean.
Yeah.
I always felt like those sales reps that come around, I feel sorry for them, number one, and I don't trust them.
But what about when they come in, Sean? They used to come and cook your dinner.
There's
Like,
that.
You know, the vacuum cleaner salesman, they'll come around and vacuum your whole house.
Like Enyo, they would clean your house for you.
Yes.
They'd clean your kitchen. Enyo only just stopped doing it, so
this is the
they
thing.
just switched to it
Enyo,
online
So the
over the
amount of
last
people,
couple of months.
the amount of people that wouldn't even consider, they probably weren't even considering getting Anyo. They thought, you know what, I've heard they clean your house.
Yeah.
That's amazing. We want to know, have you been one of the sellers of this, or have you been one of the buyers of this? My mum, when she first got here to Perth, she got invited to a lingerie party.
Yes.
one of
Oh,
those
yes,
ones.
yes.
She rocks around there, but they're also selling sex toys.
Yes.
And Mum said that she didn't realise how much a prude she was when a lady was suggesting to her that she buy what Mum said was the double banger.
She's never been happy about it, to be fair.
Mum knew in that time that she was a real prude.
But do you feel pressure when you're in those gatherings?
you
to
do.
buy them?
Yes,
Because
you
sometimes
100%
it's your
do.
friend.
When I was a student in Melbourne, no money, but I got invited to one of those lingerie parties, and the pressure was on to buy the stuff because if you reached a certain level,
Oh, the person who's hosting.
they would call a male stripper would come around.
Yep.
Oh, that's okay.
And also, Sean, some people didn't even realise.
Where is he waiting? Like, is he just in the car waiting for us to hit our sales target? What's happening
Some
there?
people don't even realise they're going to one of these parties. They're invited
Yes.
around to someone's house, and then when they get there, suddenly all the products are being brought out. And they're
Yeah.
going, oh, what the hell?
That's a stitch
Yeah.
up.
So we're talking about the Tupperware parties, and then of course there's parties like this.
Avon
Got
calling.
Avon rocking up at your
There were
house.
so many. There was Bessemer parties, which was cookware.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Thermomix.
Thermomix, of course,
Intimo,
yeah.
which is a lingerie
And
one.
now we've just learnt the sex toys parties are now called.
Yes, pure
Pure
romance.
Romance.
You guys had one.
Pure romance,
Where'd you
yeah.
have
We
one?
had one at uni when I was living on campus.
None of you had any money.
I
What are
know.
you doing?
Yeah, all the girls gathered around.
Trying to get one free.
Yeah, they all put in some
Yeah.
money. They bought a communal one.
It's a bit disturbing.
Everyone was a
watch it.
chance, eh,
Hazel's
Sammy?
in Yanchep. Morning, Hazel.
Good morning.
Hey,
Okay, Hazel. Talk to us about party planning.
Well, it was not really party planning, but when I was younger, so this is back in like the early 90s, my parents used to invite this strange man into our house who came in a van with a suitcase of VHS tapes.
Yeah.
Very, very strange. And he used to come around like every couple of weeks, open up his suitcase in our living room. And then my parents would just rent or buy videos of him.
So
And
that
they
was,
came
like,
to your door.
that was like the first Netflix,
Yes,
to be
that's right.
honest. That's
That's
like
right.
they brought
Yeah.
content to your house.
So it's like Video Easy came to you
Yeah.
rather than you having to go to it.
Yeah, but he'd just come in and literally sit on our couch. Like, my parents didn't know this man. And it was me and my brother. Like, I would have probably been about 7.
Yeah.
And my brother 9. and he'd sit in our sitting room for like 2 hours, just going through
Talking you
videos.
through the features of the week.
Did he really? And did you watch any of them with him? Or just give a bit of a sneak preview? Let's have a look at this one.
I don't really remember it being him watching it with us, but yeah, it was very strange. This went on for a long time, and then
It sounds dodgy.
Yeah, keep going. Yeah.
Yeah, the last video he left us was a Tom Hanks video called "The Volunteers," and I've since tried to find it, and I cannot find the film anywhere.
You know why? Yeah, because it's a porno.
Yeah, I don't know if I was made this up in my head, but it was
Hazel.
a very strange.
Can I just
That's
say that is
amazing.
so,
Home delivery movies.
that would have been so exciting to have this random man rock
The
around.
video
with.
man's coming.
Like, imagine it, and then
I never heard that as being a thing here.
I've never heard it.
no,
That's
no.
why I think your parents were dealers or something. So there was underneath those
Hazel.
tapes.
That's amazing. Jodie, hello.
Hello there.
Hey,
Hi,
Joe.
Jode.
Now, have you been dragged into a party that sells something?
Yeah, pretty much. Quite a while ago now. His husband and me were invited to go to the Hyatt with some friends. Invited us for lunch.
Oh.
We said, "Oh yeah, we'll catch up."
Yeah, why not?
And got there, and it was in one of the function rooms,
Okay.
and it was Herbalife, wasn't it? Nothing mentioned about that when they were inviting us.
I bet.
That's a whole cult there,
Okay.
Jodie.
Yeah.
So
The
when
old
there's,
Herbalife
when
cult.
there's literally been the bait and switch, so you think you're going for lunch and you've rocked in and they're still trying to sell you something, what did you do?
Well, we sort of sat down and, went with it for a while and, because they give you samples of stuff and, you're trying things. And then, they actually did provide some sandwiches for lunch. But, and after that, we went back in and they started, like you said, the cult, they started setting up and chanting Herbalife. And weird
Jodie,
stuff.
how awkward.
And we've got to get out of here, It's an art. We actually did feel like it was cultish. It was, a bit free.
Yeah, they're back.
If
It's
you're
such a
telling
big
somebody
company.
coming for lunch, you can't give them sandwiches. Like, it's got to be better than that to lure you in. Do you know what I mean?
Did you? So you let?
Herbalife, that's what was better.
Yeah.
So what happened from that relationship to your, secret Herbalife dealers?
Yeah, needless to say, we sort of lost contact. after
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's a deal breaker, isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah, it
that's
is
so
a little
funny.
bit. Come on now.
Oh.
Oh, thanks,
I loved
Jodie.
it. I
Let's
loved
go to Tonette. Hello.
Hello.
Tonette.
Hi, Tonette.
How are you, honey?
Okay, talk to us. What's your take on
Okay.
this?
My mother was one of the original Avon ladies in Ireland.
In Ireland?
the 70s.
No.
Yes.
No.
And they had a little uniform. It was a lilac and gold star with a brooch and the little cosmetic bag that would go around.
I'm thinking of the Pan Am flight attendants of the time. That sort of look.
right. Yeah.
Yes, a bit like that.
Yes.
And then we'd have to go down to the train station every week to pick up the box.
Yes.
A job to put all the cosmetics into the little bags and do the carbon copied orders and staple them to the front.
Oh, my God, how gorgeous.
There you go.
I went to the surf shop.
That's
used to do that.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is.
And
so,
you
yeah.
get all the little free miniatures of lipsticks
Yes.
that came out in a little purse. There was about 40 of them. So we always had stuff for dress up.
Oh, I bet you did. You would have looked gorgeous,
Tonette,
Tonette.
do you remember it being a good job for your mum to have at the time? Was it your mum?
Yeah, because she could do, and this was in the evening and was a bit of a soap as well.
Yeah.
She'd go around the neighbourhood at about, it was always just after dinner. And, she loved it.
Well, you know why?
Making
You know
you
why?
laugh.
Because back then, right, because it was sort of just starting. So back then, it would be so exciting to know an Avon lady because she has a shop in her house. And
Exactly.
she'll bring it to you. The concept would have been wild.
And you can try it right there in your house.
And we heard the Avon ad. It was like, no, come over, have a party. This
Yes.
is what everyone's doing. Your mum must have been very popular, Tonette.
Yeah, well, she would go to everyone's house.
yes.
So there was nothing in our house. No one came to our house.
Yes, yeah. Yeah.
So she was
So
literally
she would
going
just
door
go
to door
round.
after dinner, knocking on and saying, "Hello, Avon calling. Did you want a new lipstick?"
Yes.
That's amazing.
Very lucrative.
So you deliver the catalogues, and then
Yes.
they would phone and the regulars, and it was absolutely fantastic. And she made quite a bit of pocket money
Yes.
for herself.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was
Would have
her-
been lucrative.
outside her housekeeping.
I love this. The Tupperware people, apparently, they've really devastated the
Yes.
sellers here in Australia because they're still out doing these parties.
And there's a lot of warehouse staff that are going to be out of a gig as well.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Thanks, Jeanette.
Thanks, Hazel and Jody as well.
Yeah, delight.
This is the Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
It's not easy.
We love a Christmas special around here, and Gardening Australia's Christmas special
Having
is
this baby.
next Friday,
Whoa.
7:30 on the ABC. Our friend, Izzy. This is the question. Costa
Here we go.
Georgiades.
Where
is he?
I
Interesting.
saw that you were in Perth for the Kalamunda Garden Festival
Wow.
and didn't call.
Hello. Could I make a...
Costa?
Well,
could I approach the bench, please?
Oh, you better have something good to say.
To the bench of the Bureau of Cancellation, because I believe I've been cancelled.
Yes.
no,
And,
mate, with this case, you can approach the, the park bench.
Well, you were on a warning after you came over for the Nanup Festival and didn't call us. But Kalamunda's even closer to home.
This is the thing, right? Because as a girl dating, as with the girl dating the gardener,
Yes.
we can only go on what we're.
It's very Lady Chatterley's lover around here.
Yeah, it's the problem. He's just not that into you. You know what I mean? We've got to look at the indications.
Is that what's going on, Costa? Is this a one-sided, unreciprocated love?
Okay, I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of like, does he just want to be friends?
Man.
what a way to find out.
I've just got I've got images, Sean, of us, with Costa running around Perth, having a great time. Costa lying down a park,
Gardening.
him reading us a book, and then me just there with my finger back, just twirling my finger in his
I see it
beard.
too.
A great day. Didn't happen.
Yeah, look, the case I'd like to plead
Yes.
is that it was a very short trip, and it was cram-packed. I had a full day's filming at Kings Park, and then I had a full day doing incredible stuff. I can't wait till you see this story.
Kings
next
Park
week
is
with this
literally
show.
about a
It's literally
kilometre
up the
from
road
where
from
we are
us.
now.
We could jog there in a
Right there,
heartbeat,
right
Costa.
there, right there.
Yeah, okay. All right. And then I was in Yanchep because I was filming these peacock jumping spiders, which
Oh, we
that's
would know.
another
We weren't
story for
invited.
another day. I won't distract you. And then I had the community gardens conference down at the Piney Lakes Environment Centre all day
did
on
you?
Saturday.
Oh, that's
And
even
then
closer
all
to us,
day
Sean.
on-
Oh, yeah, all day on Sunday,
yeah.
what? Church?
And all
What?
day on Sunday, I was at Kalamunda Garden Festival, and then I took the red eye out. So
Wow.
I just...
God, you'll do
But
anything to avoid us,
what's
won't
even
you?
more disgusting is that you could have, because you knew all this was happening, you could have adjusted your flight and then left some time to see
Yes.
the people you're in a
Come-
relationship with.
Come and be on the show on Monday morning and then take the 10:30 flight home.
Stuff
You know
him,
what I
stuff
mean?
him.
Yeah, but I had to be back for a rehearsal at 10 o'clock in Sydney. For the,
Costa,
No.
I'd like to defend you, actually, because I know
Here we go.
you are with the ABC, so I'd imagine they're not just throwing you up
They wouldn't
left,
pay-
right and
they
centre
wouldn't pay
at
for
different
another night of
hotels.
hotel.
to stick around.
Sean, you know what? No, Costa. Costa's a very smart man. He's got his fingers in a lot of green pies out there, so don't you worry about that. There. Anyway, Costa, it is what it is, and we'll just move forward accordingly. But I'm letting you know that we've got you for 2 minutes, then we've got Charmaine from Waldex on. So.
It's lovely to talk to you, Costa, by the way.
We can see the Christmas specials, Nat said, next week. We were able to have a bit of a look at
Sneak
it.
peek.
I was wondering, when you're getting around, we've probably asked you this question a lot in the past, or I can't remember the answer to it. I'm looking at you getting around the garden, so you got your massive beard going on, and how much stuff gets stuck in there. And then when was the last time that you were freshly shaven?
The last time I was freshly shaven was November.
Yes.
I remember it very clearly because I was on a boat on the Nile River. I got a case of, that wonderful stomach upset.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
And then I moved from there up into Europe, and it was November, so it was cold in Europe.
Oh, it was Movember, and then it just grew.
What year are we
November
talking?
91.
91.
So do you know what's happening
That's
under?
33 years ago.
Do you know what's happening under
Exactly.
there? Or are you frightened of what's happening under there? Do you have an idea?
No, I think
What are you hiding?
What it's No. I think what it's doing is just, it's like cryovac. It's just keeping me at the same age
like
as
Glide Run.
November 91.
Yeah, for
Well,
sure.
it'd be good for your skin because you're out in the sun a lot, right?
That's
So
right.
that is a
A lot of
protection.
cricketers have the same thing. Yeah.
But Nathan and I were talking about it before. Would you get worried about what you'd actually look
Oh,
like?
I know my mates that have had beards for a very long time, that they've forgotten what their face was, and they're also frightened that if they remember what their face was and they liked it, they've forgotten they're frightened about what's happened to it since, and they don't know what's happening.
Yeah, well, look, if I go off, all of my all of the relatives and all of the great aunts and grandparents and all that, they'd be like, "He's such a beautiful boy," he's a good-looking rooster under there, but
We'll never know.
Chosen to keep it that way. And there's always those people that just go, "Oh, it's dirty, it's disgusting." It captures so much food and dust and dirt. It's been proven to carry.
He had flowers in his clothes.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. It's rich. It's fertile.
It is.
It is. It's loamy. Costa, I've got a gardening question for you.
Yes.
I've got a problematic finger lime. Okay, so
Yes.
You've had a problem with your finger limes
it's
before.
in a pot. I got a good yield last year out of it, and then
Mine's going off this year.
and I didn't really do anything different. So it has previously flourished with neglect. It got quite big. It's in a very large pot. It stands like taller than me, but then all its leaves fell off. It's not dead. It's just not really. It just looks like it's gone into hibernation and nothing. There's no new growth with spring. Should I just cut it all right back and start again? What do I do with it?
No. Look, I like the way you used the word previously. It reminded me of like one of those TV voiceover people. Previously on Lemon Lime Dilemmas, on Native Lime Dilemmas.
Yes.
we went from abundance to a desert.
And people
one
were
finger
amazed
right in
by
our
my
face.
finger limes because they're like, "How did you get it to fruit so quickly?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm really good." And it turns out I'm not. What have I done wrong?
Yeah. Well, look, did you shift it?
Nope.
Okay, that's good. See, this is the forensic.
Yes.
Like, this is the forensic team in the lab coats coming in and saying, right, first of all, did you shift it? All right, you didn't shift it. That's a good thing. Have you changed your watering regimen?
Well, in that I pretty much all through the winter I just ignore it.
Yeah, and she wears in it
Turns
every
her back
morning.
on it.
She doesn't understand.
And your winter has been extremely dry this year, I do believe.
Don't be so judgmental.
Bit of rain.
Yeah, but a bit
I
of
know
rain.
they are tropical. That's not the
And
problem.
a bit of rain when it sort of sprinkles and you're walking out the door and you think, gee, it's wet today, is not the amount of rain that's going to wet that pot. And I reckon it's been excessively dry.
Okay.
And when you think about them, when they're at home in the sort of, their real habitat is sort of, depending on which variety you have, but have you got the longer sort of narrow one?
No, she likes them big and thick.
No, I would say they are more finger-like.
She wants a finger line with some girth.
And it's red on the inside. It makes a delicious garnish for gin. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, look, that one does require, like, if it's gone a long period super dry, it's not going to like it, and it will arc up a bit, and I think it's arced up because of that. So what you want to do is just keep an eye on it, and just don't get it too wet, but it does grow well in an understory, so it gets a little bit of protection, and because it's dried out, I think that's what. You don't have to cut it back, just only if there's
just water
dead
it.
branches. But if it's dropped leaves and that, it'll come back. Give it a bit of water.
Okay.
All right.
And when I come over, if I
ignore us again.
Don't even walk
make
down
those
that
sorts of
road.
promises.
All right?
Come
How
on.
about that?
Come
How
on.
about that? Now, I want to talk about something that I think everyone has gone through or is currently going through, or they've learnt the lesson of. I bought a fiddle leaf fig.
Oh,
they shouldn't
Don't
sell
move that
them.
either.
They are the worst. I have done everything it's ever asked.
What's wrong with it, no?
Oh, suddenly it's fine. Then suddenly, when a leaf drops off something, it's not too traumatic. When a leaf falls off a fiddle leaf, it's
big.
It's big. And then, so a few of them suddenly it looks like, like a pet that's so old it's starting to lose their fur.
They go from happy to sad so quickly.
And then I don't think there's any recovery. Mine's literally got now, it's gone from an abundance to there's probably 6 on there, and they just drop off every day. I'm just going to chuck that stick out.
No, don't chuck it out.
Chuck it out. Cost me $70 and then rage with it.
That's the thing. Like, they can be temperamental, and where I was doing my forensic investigation around what happened, because what happens is you lose a leaf, and then what people tend to do is go, "Oh, I'll water it some more, and then I'll whack it."
Because it looks dry.
And then once if it's gone from very poor watering to then full watering, that is just it's going to drop its bundle, right, and drop all the leaves. So what you want to do is just
show it the water.
Point, don't shift it. Give it some water. Give it a little bit of a very dilute feed with some. You can pick up some different sort of indoor plant fertilizer. Don't overdo it because you don't want to change it. Yeah, Red Bull. Yeah. and then just let it be. And give it a chance, but don't keep watering it.
No, I'm chucking it.
Just give it a chance,
No, because those leaves are so big and the stick is so bare, and I'm not waiting for those leaves to grow. I'm not looking at it. It's going in the bin.
No, you can. No, it's going to come back stronger.
No, it won't.
What doesn't kill us makes us stronger.
I don't know. You haven't lived with me. I will try. So when I've got an electronic moisture sticky thing, right? That tells you all the levels and stuff. So I stick that in there.
You're supposed to put it in the plant, no.
Okay, right. So I stick that in there, right? So what am I looking for? What moisture content am I looking for it to be in the zone?
Well, depending on the amount of money you invested in the aforementioned unit, it generally says sort of too dry, just right, or too wet.
Bone dry.
And,
this is a good one. It's from Team
bone dry, and death bound.
Saharan.
But I think,
or you're underwater.
I think we need to fertilise, the petulance of the mind here and just get through this.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe you can sort it out when you come and see us. Oh, that's right, you don't.
I love it that you're hammering me. And do not let me off.
No, we won't. We know it doesn't work either.
We love you. That's why it hurts so much, Costa.
I know, because we've got skin in the game. And
exactly.
I treat you like I just go
I know. It's borderline abusive, to be honest.
I've watched too many Netflix love shows to show that, us as girls, we don't stand for this. We're busy.
No, that's right.
Sue McDougall, up at the Botanic Gardens. She hosted me,
Yeah.
But then what do I do to you guys? Just let them...
so you're seeing other people behind our back, is what you're saying.
I know, I am.
Gardening Australia's Christmas special. It's Friday the 13th of December.
Don't trust him, though. Watch it. Don't trust him.
7:30 on the ABC and on ABC iView.
Don't let him into your heart.
Costa, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Costa.
I still love you guys.
No, it's great.
It's a weird way of showing it.
It's a love. It's a love from over there.
He's really determined to keep it in a long-distance relationship. We love you, Costa. Thank you.
Love you.
Like a little too much. We love you too much. Thank you.
Now, watch. On to the next radio show that he actually catches up with now. Watch.
It hurts.
Oh, yeah, see you.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Very sad news.
We need some sad music, actually, Sam. Find something sad in there because we need to set the mood, set
when
the
the
table.
news broke that Sculpture by the Sea would not be happening in 2025
that is really
due to
bad.
a lack of federal funding.
What I don't like about it is what it takes away, firstly, from the community, but also what it takes away personally from me. We've got the guy who, without David Handley, the beaches will be bare.
That's right. Good morning, David.
Morning, guys. How you doing?
We're Devo, David.
We are, actually.
David.
Tell us about this federal funding situation, because it seems like a no-brainer for us as such a huge community event that the federal and state governments would get behind you.
Well, the state government does get behind it pretty well, I've got to say.
Yeah.
Listen, it's a long story, but basically the arts funding in Australia is a club, and it's run out of Sydney and Melbourne. And
there we go.
It's really hard. It's really hard to get into that club. And even though we're from Melbourne, we're not part of Sydney. We're not part of that club. And we've got 675,000 visitors a year to the Bondi and Cottesloe shows.
Yes,
and that just shows you how hard it is to break into that club.
So wait, the other people in this club, I'm guessing that I don't know what their events are. So is it sort of a finger sign to you guys not being in that club because you're so successful?
No, it's not that. It's funding the organisations that they like to fund, and it's
How do you do this one?
the taxpayers of Australia need to know that that's how their arts money is spent.
No, Dave, this is easy because it's Sydney and Melbourne, mate.
Yeah.
You're front and square in front of all the big wigs over there, and
So-
the people
but
handing
this
out
is
the
the
money
thing.
are giving it to their friends.
Very seldom.
That's the circle.
Yeah, it's
very
who you
seldom.
know.
Very seldom can you combine two things and they come so naturally. Two things so different: the ocean and art,
the art.
and you bring it down there. You're bringing new communities and people
And the popularity of it and the
Everyone goes.
consumption that it brings art to the regular public, not the fancy people that just go to galleries. So it's extraordinary. How much money are we talking? What's the shortfall for you, David?
What do you need?
Well, the shortfall is $700.
That doesn't seem like a lot.
$700. We could do 700.
And we asked for $1 million a year shared between Bondi and Costa, and the last 2 years, 2022, 2023, we got that, admittedly out of a special COVID fund.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that extra money that was put into that special arts COVID fund is the sort of money that the arts needs in Australia.
Yep.
But the limited funds, and it's not that limited, we're still talking tens of millions.
Yeah.
The limited funds, they're controlled by those in the inner sanctum.
So I'm thinking, what can we do? We'll do a solutions focus. No,
What you're doing
I've got an
what
idea.
you're doing now
is
perfect, and just to spread the word, because the federal minister needs to step in. People need to understand that they call it an arm's length process, right? It's not arm's length.
Yeah.
The manager of this area, of the visual arts, chooses two people from the pool of peer assessors, and they know that who's going to fund what.
So I'm thinking, what can we do in the meantime?
Yeah, what about corporate sponsorship is the obvious answer from the outside.
It is. Yeah, it is. But also, that's not their job description. The job description of Creative Australia is to support the arts in Australia.
Yeah.
We've got to remember that. So we've had great community, major philanthropic and major corporate support in WA. But if we don't get our base funding from the federal and state organisations whose job description is to do that, then they're the cake. The corporate support, the philanthropic support, that's the icing on the cake. If we don't have the cake, we're always up against it.
So I know every year we discuss the sculptures with you. It's one of your favourite things to do. And I do know that I sort of point out the ones that are actual piles of rubbish. Could we maybe, in the meantime, just get the local council pick up? You can, instead of putting it at the front of your verge, you take it down to the beach, and then at least we've got some of the spirit of sculptures by the sea down there.
Well, that's one way to express how you feel about the funding.
Oh yeah, that's right. Let's all do our own sculptures by the sea.
That's right.
And let's do that.
The town of Costa will be really up for
This is
that.
why we need funding.
But this isn't to the town of Costa, because you know what? I'll come down and take a picture with a pile of couches. That'll be fantastic. But I just think that the way that just livens up the area. I just think it's so unique and it's so successful. That's the thing. It's not successful.
Yeah, but this world is full of vested interest, right?
Yeah, okay.
And free to the public events do not have a vested interest that's behind them, unless it's something called Creative Australia.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, you'd think it would be in their vested interest to fund a really successfully popular visual arts event, but somehow or other it's not.
And it takes art to the general public. That's the thing. It's kids.
One of my favourite things. One of my favourite things was the year that I saw people standing around a bin taking a photo, and then someone walked up and said, "No, it's a bin."
But David, you also realise that there's
Stop it! This is not that conversation.
There's two parts to getting the funding.
I'll send you a boxing bag for Christmas. Okay, take it out there.
David, those two parts to funding. I just want to go back to that. So the squeaky wheel is an opportunity to make sure that we make enough noise, which is what we're doing now, keep it front of mind. Yep. But the other part is, how are you going to get in front and lobby the hell out of these people to make sure that you're recognised?
We know the Prime Minister.
Yeah, well, ask Albo.
Yeah, okay. We'll do it for dinner.
Yeah.
Last time Albo was in Perth, he talked about how good Sculpture by the Sea is.
Okay.
That's not me making that up. He's on the record saying that.
Yeah.
Ask Albo, how's the arts funding in this country sorted out when Sculpture by the Sea can't get any of it?
Yeah.
There's some big wigs in town that should be able to help out.
Yes, Twiggy, right?
Yeah.
Or even like
Yeah.
Gina, right? So they're the two big ones we know, and there's so much
Australia.
money here in Perth. But like, why wouldn't you want to do something for community? Attach your name. It's going to be a write-off, really, isn't it?
Yes.
You attach your name to it. You're the hero of the people, and you're bringing this great community event down there. I just don't
to be fair, Andrew Forrest and Mrs. Reinhardt have been really great supporters in the past.
No, that's great.
But they could make another $700,000 a year, and
literally in 30 seconds.
It would just fall out of Twiggy's pocket.
Yeah, sure, but it's not their
They
job.
shouldn't. We know they shouldn't have to, but we want Sculpture by the Sea to happen. So we're trying to.
So we're just going to the two richest people we know, like your mum and dad of the state.
No, it's a really good point. We can't go to crying to those people, although they've been great and we want them fun. If the federal government have got money set aside to be able to do this.
Yeah. You know what?
It's a very frustrating situation, David, especially for you.
We'll have a word to our mate, our Albo. We'll have to do it quickly, though, because I don't know if he's going to last in that selection.
I tell you what, if he wants to win in Perth, Sculpture by the Sea would be a very popular decision, wouldn't it? You know what I'm saying?
David.
No, an election pledge from someone for $500,000 a year
would be good.
That's what we need.
I
reckon we'd find the other 200 from somewhere, but we need that base funding.
Okay.
And we need it year in, year out.
Yeah, sure.
That's the issue.
Yep.
Yes.
We
an ongoing commitment.
We have lots of people who get behind the exhibition, from our volunteers through to mums and dads who give us $200 or $5 when they turn up. But that's not our core funding.
Yeah. You know what we need to do? We need to get the TikTokers behind it. So if you're active on TikTok, do a little video about this. Get the word out there, and let's see if we can get the TikTokers angry. Because they'll get down there and do a dance about it, and that'll change everything.
They'll change the world,
everything.
I appreciate you talking to us this morning, Dave. Good luck. We hope that funding
Nathan,
comes
Matt,
through.
And Sean, thank you.
We're right
and
behind
you're
you.
Need more therapy if you can't bash me every year.
No.
Can we just call you every February anyway?
We'll fly over to your house and knock on your door, and then the show will be from your place.
But listen, thanks a lot for your support, and hopefully we're back in March 2026.
Yeah,
Good on you,
let's say we will be back in March 2026.
Thank you, David Hanley, the founder of Sculpture by the Sea.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Nat Lock and Friends is the newest confirmed show for Fringe Festival in 2025. All details on the show are at fringeworld.com.au.
All right, time to play a round of Joker in the Box. This is for your chance to score a double pass to see my show Nat Lock and Friends as part of Fringe World. Plus, we're throwing in a hotel stay in the city at a great little joint, actually, and because you can make a night of it. It's a Friday night.
Have a
So
belter.
it's got to be a ripper.
We are playing Joker in the Box. Playing in one corner is Caitlin Bassett. She's just learnt what Joker in the Box is about, and we've got Natalie Locke, and we've got two callers that would like to align themselves with the winner. We don't know who it is yet. Hello, Jade.
Hello, how are you?
Fantastic, Jade. Jade, you're going against Nat. Hello, Nat.
Another Nat.
Hey, Nat.
Hello.
Hi, Nat. How are you?
Hi.
Yep, I'm here.
Yeah, now, Nat, we normally do this because you don't have the right to choose the first person. So you've got, who would you have chosen out of Nat and Caitlin if you were the first caller through?
Me? Oh,
Yeah.
Nat.
Yeah, it just makes sense, doesn't it,
Right.
Nat?
Why Nat? Why Nat? Just
Well, her name's Nat.
Because of the name.
And Nat stick together.
Nat
Birds of a
show.
feather. Billie Eilish wrote a song about it.
Who actually has the choice is Jade. Hi, Jade.
Hi.
Now, you hear that she wants Nat. So you can be one of those people that take the thing that someone else wants because someone else wants it.
Or just go with your heart. You
But
pick
what's your
whatever
plan?
you want,
What's your
Jade.
plan?
Well, regardless of stealing it from the other Nat, I was always going to choose Nat because she's going to be the star of the Fringe show. So happy with that.
Thanks, Jade.
You don't know if Caitlin Bassett's ass is making a difference that night.
Nat.
I'm totally not offended, but whatever.
Yeah, Caitlin, okay.
Okay, so who's going to look in the box?
All right, I think, you know what, she's new to the game. Let's get Caitlin to look in the box.
Okay, you can look in the box, Caitlin.
All right, here we go. Caitlin's
We are looking for the
box.
Joker in the box.
She's had a good look in there. That's
She
right.
really looked in there
Bit of a
hard.
sniff too.
Obviously,
Sean.
Caitlin, what do you reckon? So is the Joker in your box?
Look,
Do you want to keep that box?
I've got a red sign on mine and you've got a blue sign on yours, and demons are red, so I wouldn't mind keeping the red box, but I know that you would really enjoy this box, so maybe you want it.
She's just trying to muddy the waters, isn't she?
I know,
She's looking
she's
up at
doing
the
it.
sky.
And when's the last time you really got to enjoy a box?
I like this box. I would very much
So
like
you would like to
this
keep
box.
that
I
box?
would very much
So you think Natalie's an
enjoy.
idiot for doing the other
No,
one?
I'm just saying, like, I mean, her box is pretty, but my box is obviously better.
Nat,
So
you-
it's not about the box, though, is it? It's about what's in the box, isn't it, Caitlin?
Natalie, you've been communicating for a while now for a job. We can pretty much pick out liars. We hope. What do you think's going on over here?
Well, I would be very surprised if Caitlin has a joker in her box.
yeah, mate.
She's
There'd
got
be
that
many
look
things
about
in her
her.
box, but not a joker.
When she was talking about it, she started looking up at the ceiling when she was saying, I want to keep my box, and I'm like, I'm not falling for
I
that.
saw her nostrils flare. I don't know what that means.
Pupils dilated, there's a physiological response going on
Bit
here.
of criminal profiling going on here. I love it. Too much CSI.
And also, I've just never really trusted tall people, you know what I mean?
Oh, they're
You're the
ridiculous.
most trustful of all people.
I know,
Why
you know
would
what? We
lie?
get rid of all the webs and the trees for you.
Exactly. We need as many friends as possible. We don't lie.
So, Natalie, you're happy to stay with your own
I
box?
think
You're going to stick
I
with
think
your
I'm
box?
going to stick with
How
my
tall
box.
are you? How tall are you?
6'4".
She's 6'4"
that's
of
very
deception.
untrustworthy.
Of deception is what you're
It's a
saying.
long streak of deception there.
Seabass, you're happy that you have the box?
All right.
Yeah.
I'm
You're keeping your boxes.
I'm keeping my
They're
box.
keeping their
my
boxes.
box.
So I'm going to open
Sweet.
my box. Oh, hang on. Sean, can you help me because I've broken my arm?
That's right. Enough too. Okay. For the win, Natalie.
I've shown you. Here we go.
Oh, you got it.
There
Here's
is.
what.
There's no joker in my box. Hey, great news.
You know what I like about that? Your tactic was to lie like you were lying.
Yes.
Which in version
Interesting.
was the truth.
I'm not a
Bluffing.
good liar.
It is
I told
so
you I
meta.
wanted to
So
keep my
meta.
box.
Hey, great news for one Nat, not this one, but Nat from Maylands. You won a double pass for Nat Lock and Friends at the Fringe Festival, plus a hotel stay in the city. You've got to make a night of it. It's going to be so much fun. Pete Rosethorn and Matt Storer, what a triple bill, just quietly.
And Dad, you know what we're going to throw in as well? Because you do come from my suburb, Maylands, when you go, I'll just park outside of your house to make sure no one breaks in. So,
Thank you.
I got you, sister.
Bring a flame.
Also, he's from Maylands. He'll be breaking in.
He knows you're away now.
If you want to come along, everybody, tickets there's a few tickets left, so head up fringeworld.com.au, just search Nat Lock and Friends, or the link is on our
Or
socials
catch
as
up
well.
me and Sean, we've sold them on the slide.
Plenty of opportunities. We've got Joker in the Box back tomorrow.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Just finished our secret round, our little bonus round of Sitting on a Secret with Caitlin versus
Secret
Sean.
sitting on a secret.
Because your bum was ready.
It was
Yep,
primed.
Yep. We had some very different objects there. We actually, for the first time ever, had to take a break and then come back because we had to go and do the radio, and then you had to finish
We'll
a
put
round.
it up on the socials so you can check it out.
But the last one, the clues are very good. They just didn't register.
Told them the answer.
Still didn't get it.
That'll be up shortly. Caitlin, thank you.
Thanks,
mate.
Seabass.
Pleasure. Have a great Christmas. Enjoy your last show,
this
guys.
Is it. We won't
you.
see you till next year.
And thank you to your bum as well, and your tongue.
Yeah,
They've
thank
done some
you.
great work this
Great
year.
year.
Do you know what? My whole body has
It's
just
all of it.
loved being in here this season.
You know what? Get your underwear off because next year we've got something
And
new coming.
I hope your cat doesn't pee on anything else, okay?
This is the Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Tomorrow on the show, Sitting on a Secret is back.
Yep.
Joker in the Box is back.
Damien Martin's going to be talking to us as
That
well.
is new.
Sean.
He's got a new job at the Freo Dockers.
Is
We'll also
Damien
be
coming
catching.
in, or is this on the phone? I think it's on the
Oh,
phone.
jeez, I think it's on the phone.
Marto, don't be a wussy. Come in. I'd like him to sit on a secret.
Kath Loughlin's going to be joining us well.
Yeah, she's actually going to be coming in.
Yeah, nice.
She's based here in Perth these days.
All right. Hello, Ross.
Hello, how are we?
Oh, Ross will sit on a secret.
Yeah, well, it's just sitting on a chair, isn't it?
Well,
you know.
Yeah, but it's
There's
a
something
metaphor.
between
Secret
you
on
and
the
the
chair. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, what is it, a piece of paper or something?
Well,
A
it's
secret? No, it could be like, you know,
It's
like,
a surprise.
like a banana.
Oh, yeah.
It could be like, you know, a blender.
Yeah.
So this morning it was like a
Could be a pile
hairdryer.
of dogs.
So we are going to get Ross to participate?
Well, his bum had a word with me earlier on. I'll
Said
pass
yes.
it on me.
That's it.
Please let me.
His mum said it was up for anything, is what I heard.
Play it, sir.
All right. All right, we're going back to the...
Okay, Matthew McConaughey.
There he is.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.